When was the last time you really played with your cat? And I don't mean a quick wave of the toy on your way to bed. Most people tell themselves cats don't really need it. They're independent, built to be fine on their own. But that idea is wrong music, and it's costing them more than you think. Skip play, like most owners do, and you could be quietly taking years off your cat's life and stealing who they were meant to become. Let's start with what's really going on in their head. 1. Your cat stops living so anxious and tense. Have you ever watched your cat just sit there staring at the wall, tail twitching, looking like something's bothering them, but you can't quite figure out what? Here's the thing most people don't realize. A lot of cats are walking around with a low hum of stress they have no way to let out. Music, they were built to hunt, to chase, to stalk, to pounce dozens of times a day. And then we put them in a cozy home with a food bowl that's always full. And all that energy and instinct has nowhere to go, so it turns inward. That's where the trouble starts. The scratching at your cooch, the yowling at 3:00 in the morning, the over-grooming until there's a little bald patch. We call it bad behavior, but most of the time it isn't bad behavior at all. It's a cat with no outlet dealing with tension the only way they know how. This is where daily play changes everything. Music, when your cat gets to chase and catch, even a feather on a string, their body finally burns through that built-up stress like a release valve. And this isn't just a nice theory. In a study published in the journal Animals, researchers found that cats living in a richer, more stimulating environment had nearly half the stress hormone in their bodies compared to cats with less to do. Half, but here's the part people miss. Play is only one piece of it. Music, that same research points to the whole setup your cat lives in. A tall post to really dig their claws into, a high shelf to look down from. Music, a quiet hideaway that's theirs alone. To us it's just furniture, to your cat. Every one of those things is a place to act like a cat and another pressure valve for all that tension. Put it together, daily play plus a home built for them, and over a few weeks you'll watch them soften. Calmer, less on edge, more themselves. But here's what almost nobody connects, and I'll come back to this at the very end. That daily release isn't only calming your cat down, it's slowly rewiring how safe they feel in their own home and who they decide to trust with that safety. Hold on to that thought. It changes everything once you see it. 2. Your cat ages slower than they should. What if I told you the cat napping on your couch right now could be agging faster than they have to, and you'd never see it happening until it's too late? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Music indoor cats are built to move in short, explosive bursts the way they would hunting in the wild, but most of them spend their days doing almost nothing. And a body that stops moving starts breaking down quietly from the inside. Music, it usually starts with weight. A little extra here, a little more there, and it creeps up so slowly you don't notice. But this isn't just about a chubby cat being cute. According to the Association for Pet Obesity Prevention, more than 60% of cats in the US are overweight, and most of their owners have no idea their cat is one of them. And that extra weight music is genuinely dangerous. It's tied to diabetes, to heart disease, to music, joint damage, even to some cancers. It's the difference between a cat who used to leap onto the counter and one who now hesitates at the bottom of the stairs. Now here's the part that should make you feel hopeful instead of guilty. This is almost entirely preventable, and it costs you about 10 minutes. When your cat chases, leaps and pounces every day, they're burning off that creeping weight music, keeping their muscles strong and, most importantly, keeping their joints loose and working. The cat who music plays at 12 years old moves like a cat half their age. They don't just live longer. They stay genuinely younger, sharper, and more themselves for years more than they would have otherwise. And hey, if this is already changing how you see playtime, hit like and subscribe so we can reach more cat lovers who want to add real years to the life of the cat they love. 3. Your cat finally feels the thrill of the catch. Here's a question almost no one stops to music ask. When your cat plays, what is their brain actually chasing? It isn't just the toy. It's a feeling, an ancient one, wired into them long before they ever met you. Every cat carries a hunting sequence in their brain. Stalk, chase, music, pounce, catch, bite. It runs in that exact order, and your cat doesn't choose it any more than you choose to feel hungry. Music, it just fires, and here's what most people get wrong. When your cat music stalks and chases but never gets to catch anything, that sequence is left hanging unfinished. Music, this is the hidden problem with laser pointers, by the way. Your cat chases that little red dot with everything they have, but they can never actually catch it. The hunt never closes. Music and behavior experts have flagged that this can quietly build frustration and stress music, because the brain keeps waiting for a finish line that never comes. But when they do music, catch it, when their paws finally close around that toy and they sink their teeth in, something clicks. Music, the chase floods their brain with dopamine, that chemical rush of the chase. And the catch is what finally lets it resolve. That's music, the thrill, that's the moment your cat was built for. And every single day you give them that small win, you're handing them a feeling of pure, complete satisfaction. They simply can't get any other way indoors. So here's music, a tip that changes everything. Always let them win. End every session with a real catch, something they can grab and bite, and you'll see a cat walk away calm and proud instead of wound up. 4. Your cat finally sleeps through the night. Be music, honest. Has your cat ever woken you up at 3:00 in the morning? The sprint across your face, music, the crash from the kitchen, the yowling at a wall like they've seen a ghost. You probably blamed it on them just being a music cat. But here's what's actually happening, and it's not random at all. Your cat's whole life runs on one ancient loop. Hunt, catch, eat, grooms, music, sleep in that order every time. In the wild, a cat hunts, makes the kill, music, eats their catch, cleans up, and then crashes into a deep sleep, fully satisfied. That's the natural rhythm their body's begging to follow. But an indoor cat with a bowl that's always full. They get the eating, the grooming, and the sleeping, the hunting part. Music, the part that actually tires them out. Just never happens. So all that energy has nowhere to go, and it comes roaring back at the worst possible time, usually right when your head hits the pillow. Here's the fix, and it's almost too simple. You play the part of the hunt for them. A solid play session in the evening, then their last meal right after. Watch what happens. They play music, they catch, they eat, they groom, and then their body does exactly what it's wired to do next. It shuts down for real sleep. Music, you're not fighting their instincts anymore. You're finally completing the loop they were stuck in. Do this music every day and something quietly shifts. Your cat stops waking you up. Their energy settles into a rhythm that matches yours. Music, and the best part, that predictable daily rhythm doesn't just help them sleep, it makes them feel safe. A cat who knows what to expect from their day is a calm cat. And that calm is the ground everything else is built on. 5. Music, your cat chooses you as their person. So here we are, the part I promised you all the way back at the start. Remember when I said that daily music play does something far bigger than calm your cat down, that it quietly decides who they trust most in the entire world? This is it. And once you see it, music, you can't unsee it. Think about what you actually become during play. You're not the food bowl, you're not the hand that cleans the litter box. In those few minutes, you become the one who brings the hunt, the source of the single best feeling in your cat's day. And cats are wired to form their deepest bonds around exactly that, the shared thrill of the chase and the catch. Researchers studying the cat and human relationship have pointed to interactive play as one of the real ways that bond gets built and held together over time. It isn't the feeding, music, it's the playing. So every evening you pick up that one toy, you're telling your cat something in the only language they fully understand. Music, you're saying, I see what you are, I know you're a hunter, and I'm the one who lets you be it. That's how you go from the person they live with to the person they choose, and this is why everything in this video connects. The calm, the extra years, the deep sleep, the thrill. None of it is really about exercise. Music, it's about giving your cat a life that feels like the one they were born for, with you at the music center of it. 10 minutes a day, that's the whole secret. That's how you become the most important thing in your cat's world.